The effects of it. I think there were effects. I've only been on it for 2 weeks, and granted, because I am a sensation seeker, I need a much higher dose than everyone else. But even taking that high dose, I'm on 50 milligrams, starting out at 50 milligrams, even on that very high dose, I have very minimal effect of it. It affects me very little, but it has done very specific things, which I can talk about. One of the ways that I kind of keep myself interested in, like at night, is I play Soda Crush, the game Soda Crush, and I am fully aware of it, of how much it feels like being in a casino, right? So one of the problems with sensation seekers, or one of the addictions that they have, is gambling, and you go to a casino and it's the lights and the sounds, and it's all designed very specifically to trigger dopamine responses. And Candy Crush, with its music and the colors and the explosions, and then on top of that, like locking your mind and trying to figure out the puzzle, I am completely aware that it is just a dopamine rush in me that I go after every night. So I would play it between 20 minutes and like an hour and a half every night, 5 nights a week, I should say, at least. And I would play it until my eyes burned and my head hurt. I noticed that once I started taking dopamine, well, I haven't played the game once. So it's been 2 weeks. That's longer than I've ever gone. And I don't even have a desire to play the game. It's just gone, right? So that's one thing. Another thing is, and this is something I had not expected at all. There's no explanation for this. There's nothing in the literature talks about this. But this has been my experiences. The very first day I took it, I'm an author, and the scene that I was writing that day was a character climbing across a cliff face, right? So he's holding on, and he's moving his hand, and he grips like a little, like a handle in a rock, and it's limestone, and it crumbles underneath his hands, and then he kind of like slips, and from the ground breaking from under him, and then suddenly he falls, right? And as I'm writing this, I am like thrilled, like I'm there, my heart's beating a little bit, and I'm like excited, wondering what's going to happen next. Even though I know what's going to happen next, I'm writing it. But the sensation was thrilling. Like there's no other way to describe it but me being nervous for the character and thrilled by what's going on. That is the first time that has ever happened to me in my entire life. I'm not a reader. I like movies, but I guess, I didn't realize this, but I don't empathize with fictional characters. I don't know why I would. It's not real. I know it's not real. So why would I get nervous of what this fictional character is doing? Because I know it's not real. At that moment, when I had that experience, I realized that people who are voracious readers because they have the ability to be thrilled by what they're reading. And that was me, for the very first time in my life, empathizing with a character and feeling that thrilling feeling from reading something, even though I was writing it. Never happened to me before, and it happened the first day that I was taking my dosage of Vyvanse. Since then, I have had other experiences. I listen to an audiobook every night, otherwise my mind just kind of, right? So the audiobook focuses my mind and allows me to fall asleep. I was listening to an audiobook, sci-fi, which is what I always do, and the scene was, there's an alien, and he's on Earth, and he's explaining to the main characters how his alien race is coming to kill all life on Earth. And I'm listening to him, and I got a chill, right? And being me, I look back to see whether the window is open, because you get a chill, it's a cold air. And the window's open, so that explains it. So I continue listening, and then seconds later, I get a chill again. And I make the connection, oh wait, I'm getting a chill from the things the character is saying. I'm responding to the situation that I'm listening to. And then just to top it off, a couple minutes after that, the character says something, I get another chill. I never remember having any sort of experience like that ever. I don't even think I remember having experience like that when watching movies. That is, again, something I've never experienced, and I have to assume that it's because of the medication in some way. And since then I was reading, like, I'm a big tennis fan. I was reading an article about the rivalry between Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal, and I'm a huge Roger Federer fan, and I got chills reading that. And then a couple nights after that, again, listening to the audiobook, I got chills again. So those experiences of empathy is something that I've never experienced before, ever in my life. I talked to the psychiatrist who prescribed me the drugs about it, and he couldn't explain it. I mean, there's nothing in the literature about this. He just kind of racked it up as somehow I'm now able to access emotions that I wasn't able to before. And really, I honestly did not realize that people experience this sort of stuff in life. I didn't realize how different my life experience is to other people's life experiences. And I'm kind of curious to know how it will affect me, like, in terms of interactions with people, because if I'm able to now empathize with characters, I guess I'll probably be able to better empathize with people. And I didn't even realize that I have a best friend, and she's awesome, right? And we've known each other since we were 5. And she, when she gets in her mood, she likes to refer to me as being heartless. And I'm like, why? Why are you calling me heartless, right? I'm a sympathetic guy. I feel sympathy for people. But she's a really emotional person, and I'm not. I'm very intellectual. And she would often accuse me of being heartless. And I'm wondering now whether or not that's it. Like, maybe I don't consider, I've never been a very empathetic person. And suddenly with the drugs, I'm feeling empathy for other characters. I'm wondering if there's association. I'm wondering if the sensation seeking has somehow made me more, I don't know, cold. And then the drugs have allowed me to perhaps focus on the moment and focus on what's going on so much that I'm able to feel what they're feeling. It's a theory. Also, as an effect or since taking the drug, like I described in the other video how sensation seekers need every couple of weeks they need like a boost, right? Something stronger than normal. Just like a typical person might decide, oh man, my life's kind of boring. I need to go out and have drinks with friends, right? So they'll go out and have drinks with friends. That'll give them a great big dopamine boost, and that will kind of balance out their life. Well, same thing with sensation seekers, but going out with friends is not strong enough to kind of register in our dopamine insensitive brains. So we have to do something stronger every so often. For me, that's sex. So every certain time periods, I need to go out and have novel sex. When I first started taking the drug, I was on the outskirts of how long I could last without having that experience. And since taking the drug, I haven't really had a desire to do it. So again, and that is my expression of sensation seeking. Again, there's the effect that I think the drugs are having. And I think there's one more thing that that's the kind of an expression of what's going on with the drug, which is beforehand, I have been very productive. Like, all at once, let's say 2 weeks ago, the things that were going on in my life was I was writing a book. I created a new meetup for a specific group of people and coming up with all the things necessary for that. I was doing videos on a regular basis. And okay, maybe that's it. So I was doing like those 3 major things, and I had to keep jumping from thing to thing just to kind of keep me kind of engaged and just keep my brain kind of occupied. Since I've started taking the drugs, my desire to do all that stuff has just kind of faded away. I have been able to just focus on writing, and I kind of let the meetup kind of go away. It's still there. I just didn't put any time and energy and mental effort into it. My desire to do new videos have gone away. And I'm thinking it's because of I no longer need to be continuously stimulated. Maybe it's the focus, just being able to focus on one thing at a time. I don't know, but whatever it is, I always associate being a sensation seeker with always having multiple large projects going on at the same time and needing those multiple large projects. where, you know, I woke up this morning, today was my first day, because I finished the book yesterday, today is my first day off, and I was like, I just feel like hanging out, doing nothing. So that's completely different from what it was. So I'm thinking that the Vyvanse has affected me in a very positive way in terms of the way I was looking for. I think that my sensation seeking is down. All the habits that I did to kind of juice my brain to keep it kind of from feeling bored have gone away. It's only been 2 weeks, and I will tell you that I'm planning on upping my dosage, because I'm also hoping that you know, I also get bored with sex. And one of the things that ADD medicine does to some people is it really boosts their libido. And I'm thinking that if I boost my libido, I'd have a stronger interest in having sex. Like, I won't get as bored as quickly with sex. So I'm going to up it to try and get that effect, and it'll probably change other things as well. But even at the dosage I'm at, I can feel that my sensation seeking has diminished. So if you are a sensation seeker and you're looking for some way to perhaps not feel the need to constantly juice your dopamine cycle, I recommend ADD medicine. I also recommend Vyvanse specifically, but I'm going to do a review for that drug and the exact effects it had on my body and my mind in another video. Maybe a link is popping up right now. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope that if you are a sensation seeker, you would consider it, because this has worked for me to a certain extent. And if you do try it, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. In the meantime, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. I do many different videos into a bunch of different topics, but once I up my dosage, I might do another video if there are any changes. Until the next one, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.